Hey, thank you, Dr. Glass. We appreciate you and your team allowing us the opportunity to present for just a few minutes. Anyone who knows me knows I tend to not be brief, so I've got a timer set. I will be finished in 7 minutes. I'll do my best. I was very happy to hear that Rob and Melissa said that sharing ideas was important, because I actually had the opportunity in new superintendent training to hear them present in an in-depth manner many of their ideas last week, and we have considered them greatly administratively here in this district, many of the things that they've presented them. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate their willingness to share those last week and again today. So here in Pikeville Independent, of course, we're not a large district. There's about 1,160 students in our district, and we are in a community that is greatly blessed with folks who value education greatly. And so a lot of what we look at as we consider things from an administrative standpoint is twofold, which is one, allowing and encouraging community participation, and two, making sure that we receive input from all of our stakeholders in the process. And so we what we will be presenting to you today is as I think most people will present, is a skeleton view of where we expect things to go as we are going to get input. One of the things that was mentioned last week by the folks at Warren County is they're doing interviews. We've talked surveys a lot, and we've done a lot of surveys this year, but we are actually looking at pods of people who represent all the different stakeholder groups and all of our different families and demographically, in working to have some interviews and to try to have some open conversation, open dialogue about where they feel their child, or where our youth service center feels that we have some areas where we need to take a look as far as struggles that have occurred during this particular time. And so as we look through it, I've gone with a very basic PowerPoint because I tend to get wordy if I don't, but we're just got, on the next slide, we have about 4 blocks of ideas that we really are placing our focus around. And so this has been administratively where we go now is we go to those groups. We know that our teachers, we are very blessed in this district, as each of you are, to have some amazing teachers and amazing members of our team in every role. And so we want to open up the conversation and take ideas and then build upon that. And so we probably won't share anything that's new to you, but hopefully just help us all think together. We've included intervention and enrichment together. I think that a really important thing that we want to focus on is this. Any loss that's occurred during this time is not only for students who maybe have low grades. And it was mentioned a little bit, Melissa mentioned it just a moment ago. But instead, every student has in some way lost some time, and we're going to need to continue to help bring them forward. And so as we think about intervention and enrichment, we think about the fact that we may have students who are well above grade level, as we do have students in this district, but still maybe are not on the trajectory where they were prior to this pandemic. And so we think about providing enriching activities over the summer and also throughout the school year to help bring students, no matter where that loss may be, whether it's at the highest performing level for students or for students who haven't performed so well, that we provide those opportunities. So I started with enrichment to say that we have some great community partners that will help us to provide additional support for students who've had success, but maybe had some learning loss there during that time, and we can see that through our data that we have available to us. From an intervention standpoint, we've looked at, we're really focusing on some daytime ESS, and of course that's not coming out, that particular is not coming out of ESSER 2, but we know that as we move forward into 2023, that if that's necessary, that's what we will do in order to be able to provide some additional assistance to those students. So we're looking not only in summer, but also day to day, just as each of you are. From a summer standpoint, we've really had some interesting conversation. Our high school folks feel very strongly that our greatest success is going to be at the end of this school year, that we will be able to focus our resources from the secondary level more in the June time period. Our elementary folks are very insistent that they would prefer more of a kickstart, jump start to the school year. And so that's really great for us because that gives us our resources of our district throughout the entire summer. And so we were excited to hear that those two time periods might be different, and we understand that each age level of kid learns differently. And so just as was mentioned, we're not looking at a traditional summer school, and we know that a lot of summer school, and here a lot of that has transitioned to online, we're looking at coming back to a more face-to-face approach. We know our kids need that, and we know our kids have missed that in a lot of cases this year. And so we will look at summer academies. We will obviously not just focus on students who need credit recovery, but also students who, based upon our data, we know we need to assist them in coming forward based upon some loss that they had. So we've looked at that at both levels. Again, I think some great ideas, and I shared with some folks in our new superintendent cohort the other day that this is going to have to be, it's going to have to involve even more than ever a fun learning environment as kids who have already had a lot of struggle give up summertime to come in and grow and to learn extensively. And so we are looking at this being a very creative, awesome opportunity for kids to learn in. And then we will work together both vertically and within our teams to assure that we have success in identifying the students who need that most. One of the other places we're really looking at is in our intervention with reading and maybe some reading recovery, adding some additional opportunity there. And so we've looked there in the intervention area. And the one other thing, and then I'm going to move off of this because I think I'm at 6 minutes and 15 seconds, is hopefully within the intervention, we are considering maybe doing some parent academies. What we know is that our parents have learned more than ever that maybe at times they're not as equipped as they would like to be with working with their children at home, with being able to provide that additional assistance when their child is working on activities at home. And so we are looking, especially K-8, at some possible university parent academies to help with maybe some strategies and teaching some different things. And so that's kind of our intervention focus. Mental health and social emotional well-being. We have added additional opportunity with school psychologists, and we have a tremendous school psychologist, and we've used a lot of the mental health funding for that. But we're going to extend that throughout the summer. We know that maybe there haven't been as many opportunities because of students not being in school, and so we're going to provide transportation, provide those additional opportunities. We're going to continue our food options and things such as that to make sure that we're also laying eyes on our kids over the summer if they're not in our buildings and able to have conversations with them and assure that we're providing for their needs. The last piece, just really quickly, and this goes back to direct services a little bit. We are not a one-to-one district, and we haven't really focused on that. We have a lot of students with devices, but we do want to continue to provide additional resources to our students from a technology standpoint. We do know that maybe with direct services, after the conversation last week, that may not fall under that category, but we also know that might be a significant need for us to provide additional resources from a technology standpoint. And if that's the case, we're just going to have to weigh those options. But we do look at adding some additional technology there, and also updating our resources that are in our classrooms. Literacy was due up to get new resources anyway, maybe using this as a way to provide that additional technology. So the next slide is a very simple one that just kind of is our focus moving forward. The surveys and the interviews, and then our continued evaluation of data to communicate our plans and our goals, and to make sure that everyone in our community knows these are the days that this is available, that these are the opportunities that are available, and to make sure that we provide the access, the transportation, the technology that we need to make all of these things be impactful for our students. And then I think there's three things. We either proceed with the things that we're doing now and we make them better every day by improving upon them, or we are going to implement new things moving forward all the way through to 2023 and beyond. So that's a really quick, hopefully a little bit beneficial of where we are right now.